Welcome back to my morning report. Chart prices on Friday, the 26th of February, with me, USDJPY market analyst. That's Tech Markets. Let's look at dollar yen, and interesting turnaround actually. I spoke about yesterday about this candle here, this candle on Wednesday, which was sort of almost a hammer candle, I suppose, sort of bit of a slight doji. But the fact is that it's now formed a morning star or morning doji star, or however you want to refer to it as. The sentiment is the same, whereby you've got a strong bear candle, a big rebound bull candle, and then a second bull candle following up. So sort of bearish into it, middle candle, and then bullish out of it. And that is sort of a turnaround sentiment candle. You're seeing these improvements in the momentum indicators, aren't you? You're seeing the stochastics turning higher, MACD lines threatening to cross higher, RSI just beginning to show signs, isn't it, of a possible sort of pickup as well. Now, the improvement that we've seen has also been seen on the hourly chart as well, because I talked previously about this downtrend channel that we had in place on the hourly chart. We broke higher from that, and you're finding support now above it. And also the support is coming, whereby this old pivot sort of range that I talked about, sort of 1270 from 1230, you're now finding support in that range and pulling higher. So that old resistance that we were seeing in the first few days of this week is now turning into new support. So finding a low at 1250 today, I believe it was 1250, about that, there or thereabouts, 1250, and pulling higher. And now 113.15 is the sort of is the test for this, because that was an old pivot level. This 113.15 level, been a bit of a pivot level. So that is got tested early doors today and failed. 113.22 I think it was as the high. Yep. And that remains the big test, I think, near term. But you've got also on the daily chart this overhead resistance of the 23.6% fib level, which is also a pivot on the daily chart. So a few levels here that overhead that you need to see this dollar yen breaking through to the upside to really sort of start to engage a recovery. It's interesting because we're getting these turnarounds. You're seeing that upside break on the S&P 500. You're seeing the oil price looking to break high, well, certainly breaking that downtrend, and you're now seeing a bit of a possible turnaround on the dollar yen chart as well. So it is interesting that this is coming. As the fact that we didn't close below 12 figure again, and sort of bouncing up, I think you still need to see that break above 1350, I think, to really sort of set on the way the recovery. Obviously the big overhead resistance is 1485, but certainly there is the prospect now of a bit of a recovery. So we need to see this continue. We need to see a move above 113.15 and continue to retest that fib level on the daily chart. But there are encouraging signs on this chart, and I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.